everybody, and welcome to this playthrough for Master Division for the Phantom Mansion tournament here in Golf Clash the game. Video sponsored by Golf Clash and Playdemic, and before we start, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also visit golfclashtommy.com for more Golf Clash related content for free. Last but not least, get the best guides on the market by going to patreon.com/golfclashtommy, link directly in the description down below. Can we get this video up to 100 thumbs up? That would be amazing. I would be very thankful for that. Follow the info box on the right hand side to get the club distance adjustment, elevation adjustment, also what the ball and club type I do suggest you to play with. And have in mind, you don't have to follow the suggestions that I do give you, but there is always a plan behind it. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and let's go to hole number 1. For hole number 1, we're gonna go for green, and just have in mind that I'll be making this shot with Apocalypse level 6 and now obviously 8, because those are the drivers I do have in Master. Max top spin and 2 bar side spin to the right. Then we stretch out the max and we're looking for the bullseye to be just before it's clipped away by the rough. Then we release, and then we will be adjusting for maximum distance with a 20% over adjustment. But listen, power 3 balls setting. Now, I do adjust a little bit too little in my taste. I adjust only max plus 10 power 5 ball, so we do need to adjust a little bit more. Curl ball just by the right edge of the wall, and then max overpower. Great left is going to help me in that case, in this case, and that is the reason why we're also once again are playing with max plus 20 power 3 ball setting. I would still consider a great left be way better than a great right, as there is more rough on the left side that could catch the ball to then fall down. Then we will either have an easy putt or we will be having an easy wedge. So this one is, I would say, this one is an absolute must eagle, no matter how we twist and turn it. For hole number 2, we're gonna play a sniper shot with no spin using a power 1 ball. This one is a tricky one to set up in a good way, and you need to be very, focused with your landing position. We're looking for the second bounce to be just on the top of the fringe, with the ball guideline going through the corner of the dark green square. Blue ring by the rough line. And then we will be adjusting for maximum distance plus a 20 power 3 ball settings. And here I'm using 1159, as you can see, and we will be adjusting with the 1159 here, and then we're gonna take our shot. Perfect ball. I'm gonna see this ball travel away, and it bounces nicely on the fairway, and then before the fringe, and then we roll right that pin for a lovely hole-in-one here on hole number 2. For hole number 3, I'm gonna show you 2 options. One where we're gonna play an aggressive drive here in the center, and one where we're gonna play left and try to play a safe way possible with 4 lower level clubs and ball. First, add max top spin, 1 bar of left spin, or as much left spin possible with all the top spin. Second bounce to be just before the rough. Ball guideline showing that it bounced on the other side of the rough, also going over to be, on the left side of the bunker. Adjustment maximum distance plus 50. So that's a lot of rings, 15.2 to be exact here, with a 9.4 miles per hour. It may be that you will go slightly into overpower if you do have the highest possible wind and you play with Thor's Hammer level 7. And then you're gonna just have to cope with that and add a little bit of overpower based on how much you go into overpower. Perfect ball. See here, even though I hit great left, I still manage to not clip the rough. But obviously a great left is not really what we're looking for. We're looking for a perfect. And have in mind that this shot is in my opinion, makeable with Apocalypse level 7, level 8, or Thor's Hammer level 7 or level 8. If I would choose any of the clubs, I would choose Thor's Hammer 7 plus over Apocalypse level 8 due to its more topspin. Second shot, we're gonna play a rough bump, and this is a risky one. You can land it directly on green, like using a guardian and go backspin if you want to, but here I will play rough bump. 1 top spin, one left spin, I'm looking for the inner ring to be approximately 1/4 into the fairway. If I do play with Cataclysm level 7, the inner ring should be flushed by the edge of the rough. Maximum distance minus 10% is what we're looking to do with the second shot here, and that is based on being at 372 yards. Unfortunately, great ball again, and great ball is obviously not good here, but the good part is that I at least hit the rough, and that is what is important with a great ball. But perfect, we'll see if we can drop this one time in the weekend round. I'm gonna be super thrilled about that, because in the end this is two really tough shots, and in my opinion needs to be perfect if we're gonna have a chance to get this ball to drop for an albatross. But for those of you not looking to push it this way, you're only looking for an eagle, I'm going to show you a route with Centurion right now. So for hole number 3, the safe option, we're going to go directly into the action. I'm using 6 bars of topspin, 3 bars of left spin, starting with the red ring by the rough line. Adjust for maximum distance plus 20 and go with 3/4 of the ball outside the adjustment ring to the left. Here, there is a risk of getting a glitch roll in a very bouncy fairway as we do have, and I would consider to play with only 5.5 topspin just to make sure that we're not gonna fall short, because the only thing that fall long, or like roll long, we rather want to fall short than we do want to fall long, and if that could prevent us from rolling into the rough, then that would be fine. The thing that I'm thinking about here though, on the safe option, is that this is by no means an albatross route in my opinion. The wind is too tough and the second shot is going to be too tough, so we're only playing this one for an eagle. So my plan for the second shot is to use side spin, top spin and also curl to get the ball to somewhat close to the green. The worst case scenario with my shot here, I want the ball to clip the rough and roll out and give myself an easy wedge with direct headwind to pin. I'm using 3 topspin, max side spin to the right, adjust for a max plus 10, and you can see that we do need to have max overpower on this shot. Very, very important to play with the wood club that gives you the most power here. And in my case, that is Cataclysm level 5. You can see here that we bounce nicely on the fairway, but we do need another click of topspin. So 4 bars of topspin would be needed here for this shot, not just 3. 3.5 maybe, you know, that's a stretch, but better to go with 4, better to go a little bit long than fall short. Now, it's not the end of the world though, because the wedge is very easy from that spot, and this route is once again only for those of you not having the driver explained in the aggressive option, or that you don't have the ball to play that. Otherwise, I would strongly recommend you to play the aggressive option for a chance for an albatross, and as in a worst case scenario, a safe eagle there also. For hole 4, I will give you 2 options. One where we play with the sniper and one where we play with the rock. First, here I'm playing, in this case, we're gonna use a 0.8 topspin and we're gonna use a 0.2 left spin. Now we're looking to have the top of the yellow ring by the rough line, ball guideline going straight through the dark green square row. And have in mind that we're playing into a funnel here, so that you will be noticeable when you go back and forth. Adjustment is going to be maximum distance with a 20% over adjustment power 1 ball setting. So even if we play power 0 ball, play power 1 ball, you could play power 1 ball as well obviously, but you're using max plus 20 power 1 ball settings for this shot. Perfect ball, and we're gonna see the ball bounce nicely on the fairway. We love how it turns around like this. Now we know it's gonna be close, and the ball comes in this case a little bit too hot, but the reason this one comes in hot is because I'm using 1 bar topspin, not the 0.8 as said. So 0.8 topspin, 0.2 bars of left spin, and that is for the sniper shot here on hole 4. So let's take a look at the rock shot. For the rock shot, we're gonna do a spin swap here. Max backspin, 1.5 bar side spin to the left is what we start with. Now, look how I turn my camera angle. I'm looking for the red ring to be just by the bunker edges, with the ball guideline going just right off the cup, or like right off the pin, whatever, however you want to look at it. Once that is done, we go max backspin and 2.1 side spin to the left. And then it's time to adjust. We do go and adjust with favoring 1159 when it comes to pull angle, and we're gonna adjust 1 to 1, meaning 8.2 miles per hour brings us 8.2 rings, which is the same as maximum distance with no elevation, power 1 ball settings for the rock. Now the ball bounces nicely on the fairway and turns in here and comes with a beautiful roll right at pin for a lovely hole-in-one. And so 2 different type of hole-in-ones, you decide which way you want to play. Both of them are definitely 2 really viable options. For hole number 5, we will be playing to the right hand side. 7 bars of topspin, 1 bar of side spin to the right. I start at the plus 5 yard mark. Here you can play with whatever wind 5 and wind 4 ball combined with power 3 that you do have. So those of you being low on wind 5 power 3 balls, you can play with a Centurion instead. Adjust maximum distance plus 10, then we're gonna go with 0.9 of the ball outside the adjustment ring to the right. And then in the end I will add 1 ring of overpower when it comes to playing with Apocalypse 6 plus. Playing with Apocalypse level 5, I would recommend to go with 2 rings of overpower. We're looking to get up to a yardage that is 375 to 385, somewhere around that. Second shot is with a B52 to pin, and here I'm gonna use a left spin, and I'm also going to use a little bit backspin. You can see that I'm using 0.8 backspin. The most important part though is that we do want to have the ball guideline to go through the hole in a nice way, meaning that I wanted to go through approximately 2 green squares through the hole. Now for the approach, we are going to play somewhere between medium and maximum distance, around 70 to 80%, and we're going to favor 1201 when it comes to our pull angle. Then we do hit perfect here, and in the end you will notice that the adjustment is a bit too low. We are not getting the adjust that we want to. Just getting it right of pin, definitely need a couple of extra decimals to get that in the hole. Speed wise is absolutely perfect, and I do believe with a couple of more tries we're gonna see this one drop pretty easily for an eagle. For hole number 6, I'm going to start by playing a very simple drive. Max topspin, 1 bar side spin to the right, blue ring by the rough, incomplete max distance. That is with Apocalypse level 7, level 8. Those of you playing with Apocalypse level 5 or level 6, I would recommend you in that case to play with half of the blue ring outside the rough to the left. Once adjustment is done, which is maximum distance plus 10, then we are going to push up to max. Ball just outside the wall to the right in terms of curl, and you could see here that I was using a little bit of overpower in this scenario. I would however though recommend to not go with any overpower with this shot whatsoever. Using overpower will most definitely risk rolling into the rough. Second shot is going to be played with a Goliath, and here I'm playing max top spin and all left spin that I can. And now we're looking to leave the ball guideline just short of pin. Look how I look at the ball guideline here in just a bit. You see here, I zoom in, it's approximately 1 green square short of pin. Now we're going to play this one somewhere between 90% to 100% slider with the Goliath. And the important part with this type of shot is that you cannot hit great right, or even if you do hit great right, I would say that you are going to be lucky if you clip the rough. Great left will not be any issues, and obviously perfect won't be any issues as also. But the reason we play with the Goliath is to get the top spin and have the ball to roll down towards the pin. Unfortunately, we are 1 decimal, in my opinion, too short with or too low in terms of our adjustment. Those of you not feeling comfortable with that can just go with a Grizzly or a B52 and just bounce on the fairway towards the pin instead. And that will obviously be a very safe eagle, but I do feel that the rough bump will be a bit easier to get. It will be easier to drop for an albatross, even though I'm not consider hole number 6 to be a hole that's gonna drop all the time. For hole number 7, I'm going to play a rough bump. 6 bars of backspin. No side spin whatsoever. And now we're looking to play with the bottom of the inner ring by the sand ball guideline pointing towards the hole. And then when it's time to adjust, it is very important that we do have a flicker 1201, meaning that it goes center right when we do make our adjustment. Maximum distance with a 10% over adjustment, power 1 ball setting. So even if we play with a power 2 ball, power 1 ball setting, you can use other type of wind balls as well, just that it is at least a power 2, but because using a power 1 or power 0 will make you go in between clubs. Adjustment should be 7.4 rings here. When I counted my rings, I got it to 7.3, so I was definitely under pulling a decimal here, and would make sense why I then got it in right side of the cup. In high wind, I would recommend to add to your adjustment, as I do believe that a stronger wind will have a slight different effect than lower wind. So this is, however, though, my favorite part 3 in the tournament, and I do think this is a very good chance for a drop. For hole number 8, we're gonna play one of my favorite holes in this tournament. Max top spin, 1 bar of left spin, white ring to the left by the rough line just before it turns to +1. If you do play with an Apocalypse level 5, level 6, then you go half of the white ring inside the rough, but with a POC 7 and a POC 8, you use the landing position as shown. The max +25. And then I'm gonna follow an overpower rule that is gonna be the following. If it shows 2 rings, that you adjust 2 rings into overpower, you're gonna apply 3 rings of overpower with your shot. If you adjust 3 rings into overpower, you're gonna apply 4 rings of overpower on your shot. We're looking for a yardage between 345 and 355. Second shot is gonna be played with a rough bump, and this is gonna be a B52 play. Always 1 left spin, and then the back spin is going to be all from half a bar to 1 bar of backspin. In this case, I'm gonna in the end use 0.9 backspin. The thing that I'm looking for is the tip of the ball guideline to be pointing into the corner of the green square that is approximately 1 green square left of pin. Pause it, zoom in, and take a screenshot. That is going to help. Obviously, that is a zoomed in picture of that in the guide. Adjustment is minimum distance +25, and minimum distance is going to be played from 357. Looking at the table, just to give you a reference, we are going to have from 350 yards, we're gonna play 14% slider with 25% over adjustment, power 3 ball settings. One little key thing in the end is that we do want to use flicker 1201 with approach to push the ball even further, right it will be when we pull our rings. This is a good shot. Has dropped 3 times in a row for me. I hope that will continue. So I do consider this one to be, combined with hole number 1, the best chance for a drop in this tournament. For hole number 9, we're gonna play with a Win 5 Power 3 ball. You can play with a Centurion as well if you do not have many of these type of balls, or you're just feeling that you do want to save them. Adjustment is gonna be max +10 for the drive. We're using max top spin and 1 bar of left spin. So we do adjust, and once it's time to take our shot, we're gonna apply curl. And the curl is gonna be a full ball to the left. You can see I'm using there, we have a full ball to the left. So meaning that the ball should be just outside the left side of the adjustment ring. Perfect ball, and this shot is manageable to still be on the fairway with a great left and a great right. You can see we come center down into the fairway. Absolutely lovely drive. We're looking for a yardage between 415 and 420. Second shot, here I'm gonna play 1 left spin, 3 bars of top spin, and we're gonna be in around +3 to +5 in terms of plus yardage. Having Cataclysm level 7, I'm gonna leave the ball guideline a little bit short. When it comes to Cataclysm level 8, I'm gonna leave the ball guideline at the pin. Adjustment in this video is maximum distance +10, but I would recommend you to play with +20. Now, when we are having have done our adjustment with Cataclysm 7 and 6, I will pull back 1 ring. With Cataclysm level 8, I will pull back 1.2 rings because it has a different accuracy. Unfortunately, a great left, but a great left is still not near the bunker, and we just missed to the left side of the pin. Max plus 20 is needed here though to get that ball to be close or maybe drop. Unfortunately, I only have 1 perfect ball out of a couple of attempts here, and I hope to continue with more perfects to get this one dialed in. But max plus 20 is what I do feel is going to be the correct adjustment from plus 4 in plus yardage of your Cataclysm. Thank you so much everybody for watching this playthrough for Master Division with the tournament win for the Phantom Mansion tournament here in Golf Clash the game. Video is sponsored by Golf Clash and Playdemic, and make sure you get the ultimate tournament guides on patreon.com/golfclashtommy, link directly in the description down below. Once again, thank you for watching and good luck in your Golf Clash game.